crews are continuing to clear that snow from the streets. You're going to need to be careful, as we were just talking about, if you are heading out there and hitting the roads, because it could still be icy.
We're joined now by Daniel Gitlin. He's with DOTD right now with an update on their efforts to get more major highways reopened. One of those efforts we just showed to you live right there. It looks like you're pulling out all the stops and all the equipment you can use to get the highways clear. Are you still on track for that? And do you still anticipate closing any major thoroughfares again tonight for those below, those freezing temperatures?
Good evening. How you guys doing? The answer to that is we've made some serious progress, and yes, I think the crews have been incredibly creative. We've also, had some really wonderful crews from Arkansas moving through, and they have some bigger plows. They made some real progress on I-55 today coming down. So after they plow the snow, they come through and they actually will put the icing fluid down. And the best part of what we're seeing right now, as Chris had talked about, is that we're not going to get to that, we're not going to get too, we're not going to get to the point where we're going to freeze badly on the South Shore. We do, of course, still have that sheen in the water, and so absolutely. And so it is step by step. And the good news is, many of the other surface roads, our U.S. highways, are reopening now, so people are able to get around. We're able to get lanes open on each of our bridges. There's major work going on right now on I-310, the Hale Boggs Bridge. We actually have crews from up in the Covington area and Tangipahoa Parish actually working right now on I-310. So everything is being done. Everybody is working to full potential. But, you guys had mentioned it's just such a wide area of interstate and roads, and certainly nothing like we have ever seen before. So we are still on track for tomorrow, and we're going to have crews working through the night, and we are a little, we're very a little bit relieved that there's no school tomorrow. I thought that's a little bit of a relief for us as far as making sure we don't have school buses and things like that on the road tomorrow. So that worked out. So things are falling into place. Everyone's being patient. We're so thankful for that. And we do absolutely anticipate everything being back open at some point tomorrow.
Now, what's the impact on commerce in this situation, given that we've had the interstate closed for a couple of days? Are you all getting a lot of pressure to get it open sooner?
No. I mean, safety's number one. And what you're looking at is the entire corridor from Texas all the way to Florida has been impacted. So, that's part of it. It's not like there's pieces here and there. The other thing is we've kept, I-12 has remained open all the way through. So if you're actually traveling through, I-12 is a very big corridor for that kind of traffic, and we've been able to sort of shift traffic up there. So we actually got lucky that we didn't get hit as hard in certain parts of the North Shore, and we've been able to keep those highways open. We actually were a step ahead on the North Shore, which is good, considering that we are going to see some freezing temperatures. But no, that's a great question. But we've had other roads where truckers can go to, and that's helped us out.
Daniel, quick question for you. Katie mentioned this a little, I think yesterday, rather, when we spoke to you last time. As this snow starts to melt and everything starts to thaw out, and we have all of these machines that are going on and things that are kind of working to clear out the roadways, there's a big concern about structural damage. Do we know if there's any damage to any of the interstates, bridges, or any roadways, especially within the New Orleans area as we're getting ready for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, no major work right now, and that's a huge thing. And that's part of why you see areas of water still on the ground, because you don't want to scrape it up too bad. And as you guys had mentioned, it's not exactly ideal equipment sometimes that they're using. So that all goes into it. It's not only how can we get it cleared, but how can we get it cleared effectively and then not cause any issues for anyone moving forward. I think we're lucky right now. We're looking at tomorrow's going to be a good day as far as having cars back on the road. We're going to have businesses back open, so we're going to get people to where they need to go. And but yeah, overall we're looking good. I think that by Monday we're going to be in tremendous shape, and so far so good. It's a huge job. The men and women at DOTD and they're out there working as hard as they can 24 hours a day. And if you actually look at the pictures from this morning to where we are now, it is incredible. Yes, there is snow on the side of the road. There is some pockets of water, but the progress they've made is great.
Now, you all had been working from west to east. What's open to the west, and where are we in that, I guess, domino effect of trying to get the roads open? Can you give us some of the high points? Yeah,
it's a great question, and they've made serious progress all the way over, towards 49, and so there's a stretch between, Lafayette and Baton Rouge that they're working on. But east of Baton Rouge, as you come towards New Orleans, there's sections now of I-10 that are opening, and that's one of the things you're going to see is that major parts of I-10 between New Orleans and Baton Rouge are going to open first, as we are going from west to east, and that's going to carry down. People who are coming from the Baton Rouge area can actually hit 61 as they come in and go around. So we are definitely making progress, and the good news is that all of these crews that are coming in, we're increasing the number of crews that we have in the area as they come down from Baton Rouge, and everybody is sort of coming right here to New Orleans. This is where we are. We know we need the help, and we are getting it, and things are going to start moving faster now as we have more and more crews. We've really been lucky in that regard.
Gotcha. Okay. Daniel, we can't thank you enough for joining us and giving us that update. And you mentioned, did you give us kind of tick off some of the areas that have reopened today that people may not have been aware of? I-55 is still closed, is that correct?
Yeah, I-55 is closed. We have 51 that's been doing well right next to it that goes to the North Shore and South Shore along, but 55 is clear. And that's great news. It wasn't, as of a couple hours ago, we had crews from Arkansas coming down. It was a great shot of video where they, on our social media, where they came down and honked and everybody was cheering. So it's really awesome. They started up in Shreveport several days ago coming down. They've actually made it through the entire state, if you would, and now they're here in New Orleans to help. So we have these crews coming in. We have I would say US 90. That's a big one, both on the West Bank and the East Bank has pretty much reopened. We have pockets of it that are still closed. But today, we got US 90 Jefferson Highway back open, all the way past Shoshone Hospital. That was very important. And then obviously out west as well. So US 61 Old Airline Highway has been tremendous for us. And those are sort of the major reopenings that we've had. Obviously, we have actually cleared the twin span. It's looking great. But again, you guys had nailed it. You said it. It's not perfect and it's not ready yet when you put high-speed traffic on there. We have gotten to a point, we've gotten through this with minimal issues as far as major accidents. We have a big goose egg right there on fatalities on our roadways, and that is outstanding and amazing when you consider that fact, and that we've basically taken 120-year storm and dealt with it in this incredible fashion. So right now, I think we're looking good, and now we can be a little bit more patient now Friday and move forward on Saturday and get everything. And I do want to mention that part of the issue, with going through New Orleans right now on our interstate system is we have interstates sort of stacked on top of each other. Mm-hmm. When you have shadows, and think of Calliope down there, all the ramps, the up ramps going up onto the interstate, those are still frozen over. And the other part of it is the on-ramps and off-ramps, obviously, on the interstate still have to be cleaned as well. And so it's not just the road surface. You have to make sure it's safe for people to get on and off the interstate. So we're going to be working all night long. We're going to make some progress. And, by tomorrow morning, we're going to have some major stuff done, and we're going to get there step by step.
Okay. Major bridges over the river are open at this time. Huey P. Long is open. Crescent City Connection is open one lane anyway. And Hale Boggs?
That's right. And Hale Boggs is coming. We know how important that is to the people in St. Charles Parish. We are working. We have crews converging on that and working on it. So that'll be sooner than later. So we're definitely going to get there.
All right. Well, we're cheering you on from here in the French Quarter. So thank you so much for joining us and for all your hard work.
Okay. Thank you.